Hi everyone, welcome to week 8. This week I want to start talking about kind of wrapping up the body paragraphs of the essay. But before we get into that, I want to do a little bit of looking ahead. Next week we are going to have our peer review, and so that's all updated. Feel free to take a look at that. Basically, your draft is going to be due Monday. It does not have to be complete, but as much as you have so far, and all of these little assignments we've done so far have hopefully been helping you get the paper written. So your draft will be due Monday, and then your response, like your feedback to someone else, will be due Wednesday. Okay, so just kind of looking ahead to next week. So the assignments we have for this week, our first thing is the midterm reflection. 4 questions here, and really what I'm looking for is a sense of how you feel like the semester's going so far. Do you have any kind of goals that you're hoping to set now that you can pursue for the rest of the semester? It's just a good time to like kind of get a feel for how you're doing. If you have questions, if there's anything you need from me, please let me know. And then our next assignment is the Am I the A-hole source paragraph. So this is going to be an important body paragraph in the essay. And what you're doing is you're taking the source that you found last week and you're going to build a paragraph based on that source to help support your argument, right? And there's a specific structure that I recommend here: the topic sentence of the paragraph, the evidence, and the analysis. And so if you have any questions about this, I'm also going to be sharing a slideshow with you that you can look over with a little bit more detail, but hopefully this is helpful. And then finally, our last assignment of the week is creating a rule or precedent. And basically what I'm doing here is giving you a couple of different frameworks that you could use to think about your paper. You could either think of it kind of in a legal way, where in the justice system, people will use cases about similar types of issues to help decide how to settle the current issue, right? So like, yeah, so anyway, so we do that. There's more information here if you want to learn about that. So you can kind of think of this in terms of, okay, I'm going to be the judge in this case, and I'm going to set a rule for these people moving forward. So if something like this comes up again, they know how to behave. The other thing that you could think about in terms of framework is thinking about this in terms of boundaries, right? And so a lot of times in relationships, you have to set boundaries with people and you say, look, I want to have this relationship with you, but here are my boundaries. Don't do this. Make sure you do this. You're kind of like you're externalizing, you're like making clear to them like what you hope happens, and kind of like setting rules, right? And that could be another helpful way of thinking about how to describe the rule or precedent that you want to set for people's behavior moving forward, right, in this paper. And then also keep in mind, this is also helping the reader, not just the people in the Reddit case, but the reader, help them understand what they should do in a similar situation. All right. I think that's it for this week. I'm looking forward to reading all of your papers in the next couple of weeks. And so I hope you have a good day, and let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye.